Welcome back to Spoiler Free Wrestling, everyone. I'm your host, Ian, and let's take a scroll through the dirt sheets and find out what is making news in the world of pro wrestling today. We're going to start things off with a story involving All Elite Wrestling. Now, a lot of fans are wondering, with all these global travel restrictions, with all these stay-at-home orders, with many places down to just essential services, how much longer are we going to get new shows, unaired matches on AEW Dynamite? Well, it seems like we've got at least a few weeks, maybe even a few months of AEW Dynamite shows that have already been filmed. And so now, according to a report from PW Torch, and this is Wade Keller's website, according to sources in AEW, the promotion was filming all the way up until last night's midnight deadline for the state of Georgia for all non-essential businesses to close. And according to this report, AEW has several episodes of Dynamite in the can, so to speak. Brian Alvarez from the Wrestling Observer newsletter said he believes they've got until mid-May. So that could be as many as 6-7 episodes of Dynamite filmed. Now, some of these matches that have already been filmed will air on Dark if travel restrictions and other regulations are lessened in the next few weeks and they're able to film more content. However, if those restrictions aren't lessened, then the matches which might have otherwise gone on to Dark will be aired on AEW Dynamite. So they have moved their taping location from Daly's Place in Jacksonville to it's believed that they're at QT Marshall's gym in Georgia, in Norcross, Georgia, and that they did fill out all the proper paperwork. They did talk with local officials, and there was somebody from the state of Georgia who attended the tapings yesterday to make sure that regulations were adhered to. Also, concerning the TNT Championship Tournament, it sounds as though they've got all of the matches for that tournament filmed leading up to the finals, which is scheduled to take place at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. However, when we get that pay-per-view is still a little up in the air. Also still up in the air is when we will get the Blood and Guts / War Games styled match between the Elite and Matt Hardy against the Inner Circle. So a lot of unanswered questions there, and not really possible to have answers to that at the moment. Currently, AEW has a pay-per-view scheduled for May 23rd in Las Vegas. That's the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Now, whether or not that'll be able to go through is not clear either. So now, as for the wrestlers that they've been using at these tapings, either the wrestlers or commentators, whoever they used for the tapings, they were either close enough that they could drive in, or if they don't live there, they've been staying in the area so that they're able to just drive on over without having to fly. A couple of wrestlers are said to have flown in for the shows, but they were not coming from any of the hot spots for the virus, such as New York or Washington. And everyone who took part in the tapings will be going into 2-week isolation afterwards. And according to PW Torch, there is no knowledge of anyone having either tested positive for the virus or even exhibiting symptoms. So it looks as though we've got maybe till mid-May of new Dynamite shows to air. Now, as for WWE, the case could be entirely different. They are said to have had everything filmed up until the NXT after WrestleMania, or up until after the NXT at WrestleMania. So the SmackDown after WrestleMania would be the next show that they don't have anything planned for. There has been some reports out there that they would hold another taping at the Performance Center in Orlando on April 10th. However, there is now a stay-at-home order in the state of Florida, so that April 10th filming does not look like it'll be able to go ahead, but WWE has been doing a lot of airing old matches on their shows interspersed with some promos. Those promos could be filmed at home as well. So for WWE, they might have the option of just airing old matches, new promos that have been filled from people who are in their homes. So we'll just have to see. It's a very interesting time in the world, and that also will mean an interesting time for wrestling as well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more news or reports from Spoiler Free Wrestling.